We saw in earlier videos how a signal may be built up from a signal post, a signal head and one or more components. That's a simple case where the signal is not changing. There may be cases where you need a signal to change between timeframes. In many cases it is more convenient to create two signals, one of which exists in each timeframe. This makes editing easier and is necessary if the signal name, chainage or other signal post properties will be changing. To do this, simply create the signal in each timeframe in turn, and the signal's details will be specific to that timeframe. The rest of this video covers the more complex case where individual components may be new, recovered or non-existent in each timeframe. If you need a signal's components to evolve over several timeframes, the first thing is to check that the signal head, and indeed the signal post, exist in all relevant timeframes. Now we can use the signal editor to adapt our signal. Just like other objects, signal components have the drop-down selector for new, existing, recovered or non-existent. For example, here we have added a position light to an existing signal and marked it in red to show that it is new. Here we have marked the junction indicator as recovered, which displays it in green. Recovered components must exist in at least one time frame, so if the colour change doesn't seem to take effect, check that there's at least one time frame in which it is red or black. In the most complex cases you may be modifying every aspect of a signal. This is possible to represent in Sketch, but takes a little planning. First, add the signal in its old position using the signal editor. These old components will change from existing to recovered in the two timeframes. Note that the signal post and signal head has been set to existing in both timeframes. Now add the new components. You can't draw new and old on top of each other, at least not without a messy printout, so place the new components alongside the old ones. Even if a component is moving, it is usually convenient to represent this as a removed and an added component. For example, the green signal is staying, but has effectively been removed from row 2 and added to row 3. Now we have a signal with two new aspects in a new order, clearly shown on the sketch in a way which is still readable when printed.